and welcome to BookTube with Amy. This is going to be my most recent weekly wrap up. So most of my reading for this month is going to be for Marvelathon, which is being hosted by Lisa over at Lisa Does Life. It is a Marvel themed read along. It's going to be such a fun time, and I have pledged myself to Team Scarlet Witch. So the first two books that I have read this month so far are both for Marvelathon. So my first book was for the Captain America prompt, which is a 5-star predicted read, and I picked Legendary by Stephanie Garber. So this is the second book in the Caraval trilogy, so I needed to read this as part of my I seriously need to finish this project, and they've just been like eyeing me up on the shelf recently, so I just decided I wanted it, and like I don't know why, but I feel like the Legendary paperback is so much floppier than Caraval. I really love it. So I had a bit of a mixed experience reading Caraval, to be honest with you. I, at the time, don't remember enjoying it as much as I have enjoyed it in hindsight. I feel like it's a book that's really stuck with me after the fact, but at the time of reading it, it was just sort of feel like, it's okay, and I rated Caraval a 3-star, but I had really high hopes going into Legendary for some reason. I don't know why. I was just like, I'm gonna love that book, I know I am. And I did. So this follows Donatella, who is Scarlet's sister, and we don't really get a lot of Donatella in Caraval because Caraval focuses around Scarlet trying to find Donatella, and this one is from Donatella's perspective, and we only get a wee bit of Scarlet. And this was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed Donatella as a main character. I thought that she was brilliant, and I related to her far more as a character than I did to Scarlet, so that was amazing. And I feel like there was less of the world building in this because a lot of the stuff had already been laid out in Caraval, so we got to spend a lot more time with Donatella and like a lot of the characters that we found for the first book in this one. But like, oh my god, did this pack a punch plot wise, as well as just been amazing from a character perspective. There was so many twists and turns in this book that I just didn't see coming. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The writing is great because it's in this really like descriptive magical world, but the writing doesn't feel overly flowery or overly descriptive, because we all know that that just bores me, but like it's described just enough for you to totally feel the magic and to be like drawn in, but no for it to be bordering onto just describing 50,000 chairs. It was just so good. I really loved it. I loved Jax in this as well. He was just an absolutely amazing character, and I am probably going to pick up the third one relatively soon because this was just absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to find out how it is going to finish. And I know that Stephanie Garber has her Once Upon a Broken Heart series out. I had been swithering about reading that, to be totally honest with you. I wanted to read it simply because the Fairy Loot edition was absolutely stunning, but I decided that that wasn't enough reasoning to merit buying and reading a book. So, especially because I've got the Caravals in paperback, but I really love like the edges on the Caraval books. Oh, I've got that the wrong way, there we go. So I didn't want to replace my paperbacks with the hardcovers because I don't like the edges on the hardcovers quite as much. So I was like, well, if I'm not going to get a pretty edition of Once Upon a Broken Heart, like I might not bother. But Once Upon a Broken Heart features around Jax, I believe. So I am definitely going to buy and read those now because this has just been great. Stephanie Garber, the two books that I've read by her so far have been really stellar. I know that Caraval was only a 3-star for me, but I think that it's alright. It was good enough to make me want to continue the series, and then to go from a 3-star to a 5-star right next in the series I think is brilliant. There was probably just a lot of build up in Caraval for me, which we know I am not a fan of, but I thoroughly enjoyed this. I thought it was great, and I really can't wait to pick up the third one. And then, because I'm Team Scarlet Witch, one of the team prompts for Scarlet Witch is to read a book about witches, which we know is just one of my favourite things in the world. So I read The OK Witch, and the Hungry Shadow by Emma Steinkilner. This is also the second in a series that I needed to read to continue my I seriously need to finish this challenge. I'm sick of saying that, but like, we're here, we're keeping myself accountable. And I'm also going to use the Power Up for this one as a book with POC rep as well. So this was great. The first book in this series was just a delight that packed quite an emotional punch that I wasn't expecting, and this one did exactly the same for me. It was just amazing. I really love the characters in this series, and I can't find out if Emma Steinkilner is writing any more in this series and if it's just going to be a duology, and I am like hoping that there's more, because Moth as a main character, she's just phenomenal. You know, she doesn't always get things right, and she sometimes makes mistakes and messes up a wee bit, but she always tries to stay true to herself and always tries to do the right thing, even though that's not always possible. And then even when she does mess up and it's all shambles, you know, she owns up, takes responsibility, and she fixes it. But the characters in here are just phenomenal. I really love Moth's relationship with her mum. I think that her mum in this, Cal, she's just brilliant, and she will do absolutely anything she can for Moth, and it's just adorable. And she's got like the cutest wee cat in here. So her cat is her reincarnated neighbour, and they just have a great wee friendship, and it's adorable. And in this one it's really funny because I don't know if anybody watched like Sabrina the Teenage Witch growing up. I know I was a big Sabrina the Teenage Witch fan, and Sabrina obviously has a talking cat. And in this world, her talking cat is obsessed with another show, and it's like, I can't believe I'm a teenage witch, and she has a cat in it but the cat doesn't talk, and so he thinks that like when in this show the teenage witch is talking to her cat, he's like, what are you talking to your cat for, he can't talk, Ken, it's not like he's me. And I like that. I thought that was really cute. Also the artwork in here is just, it's just so amazing. Let me see if I can get you some good pictures. It's just really beautiful, and I really like the use of the colours as well. It's just great. I really care about this entire wee town that Emma Steinkilner has actually created, and I feel like she always talks about really prevalent issues in a very non-preachy way. And so this volume's very much about changing yourself to try and fit in, and the impact of bullying in school, and it's just done so brilliantly. And I think that these would be really great for kids who are still in school. I mean, that's who they're aimed at, let's be honest. But as an adult, I really enjoyed it as well. And you know, it talks about just changing yourself and just learning to be alright with yourself, and that actually who you are as a person is fine. And like, we all need that advice regardless of age, but it's just done brilliantly. And you know, there's conversations in these books specifically around race, because your main character and her mum and her gran are black, and I just think that it's brilliant. I think that they're really well done. So I would always recommend these, although there is only 2 out at the minute. There's the OK Witch and then the OK Witch and the Hungry Shadow. But this was another 5-star read for me. It was absolutely phenomenal and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So that is my first 2 prompts already completed for Marvelathon. I feel like I didn't read as much this week actually, and I am a wee bit nervous that I might get a wee bit slumpy, but we're going to keep trying. I really enjoyed both the books that I read, and I feel like I am on such a good run of books recently. I feel like I've had an amazing run of 4 and 5-star reads, and I don't know when that's going to end, because I know for a fact that I've got 2 Suki books to read this month, so they're both going to be 5-star reads, and I'm just like loving it. It's so great. Apparently like summer is being my peak reading time, which is unexpected to everyone, including myself. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying everything that you are reading at the moment, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!